spots remain in the Elite Eight of the Comic Movie Madness Tournament. You have it locked on the Bro Force Squad podcast. I'm Matt Geiger. To my left of me is the mad scientist Brian Banner. Banner, what's up?
What's up, yo?
And starboard, if we're on a ship, is Jeff Hornacek. Jeff, how you feeling about the matchups today?
Know my way around quite a few ships, Matt. Cannot wait for the boat podcast right after this. Stay tuned.
Exactly.
The Bro
We got
Boat
a
Squad.
highlight and a live matchup of the day coming at you, but first, let's show our listeners some love down in Banner's lab.
All right, guys. Again, thank you, everybody, for all your comments and voting on these last matchups of the Sweet 16. Great turnout, even better comments. Again, just so you guys know, we grade everything on 5 criteria. We have acting, casting, story, plot, best scene, impact on pop culture, and rewatchability. Guys, first matchup of the day is Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice versus X2, X-Men United. This is a tight race. We're going to start it out with Brett Ryan coming out of the gate, and he says, is this a joke?
No,
X2
it's
is
not.
one of the best comic book films. You should be ashamed. He is literally shaming us for these two meeting up in a tournament. Like, we didn't want this
How
to
many
happen.
comments do we have where the first thing they said was, is this a joke? I think we had a lot.
Yeah, over under, I'd put it at about 75.
Is this a joke? If you disagree with me, you're a fanboy, and if you didn't like it, it's because you didn't understand it. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's what I use, too. Fantastic. I love each and every one of these.
Yeah, and that's going to lead me into a string of comments that we just don't have the time to read. But Peter Wickman, Sean McFadden, and Mike Solto, which, again, if I misspell anybody's names,
Those
I
guys are
apologize.
fantastic.
You guys killed it. You guys had like 50 comments back and forth defending your movies, why you like it. There's a few insults in there. You guys were awesome. That's what we want. We love the debates. Keep it up. So thank you guys for the childish jokes, but yet the adult reasoning behind picking your movie. Next
Also,
comment.
hit us up, too, to make sure you're still alive. A lot of bloodshed on those comments. Just let us know when you're okay.
Yeah, just a simple, hey, what's up, will do. Next one, we have Eric Quintero, and he says, actually, I like both, but Dawn of Justice is my dream come true. Geiger, that's a man after your heart.
Yes, I love BVS. I will fight it to the grave, which I probably will be doing because this movie will still be getting shitted on whenever I'm 80, but totally agree with this comment. I love everything about the movie.
Next comment, we have David Ray Cords, and he says, X-Men, not really a contest, and I'm more of a DC fan.
David,
Hornacek.
friend of the pod. It's funny when people, this shows you how divisive BVS is. People are like having internal struggles over it. Not like it's bad enough to try and kill other people over it, but when you're like, well, I don't even know what I like, that's when you know it's a divisive movie.
Definitely a tough one. Last comment for BVS. This is my personal favorite one just because it made me laugh, not because the movie that I wanted to move on got this vote as well. But again, we start another comment with, is this a joke? X-Men was a great movie. BVS was okay, at best. Not a contest in the slightest. It's like asking if I prefer chocolate cake over a dog turd.
Wow.
Which, I mean, look, if we are comparing the two, BVS is better than a dog turd in my opinion, but I'd still eat it if that were the case.
Who is that comment
That
from?
was from Arthur Samuels. Again,
Arthur Samuels.
thank you for that comment. I got so excited I forgot to say your name. That's how good of a comment it was. Guys, any last thoughts on BVS versus X-Men? We got a lot of good comments, a lot of votes. Any final thoughts on Batman versus Superman versus X2?
I personally loved BVS in theaters especially. Loved the Ultimate Edition even more. I know that a lot of the detractors from it, a lot of it stems around the very divisive Martha scene. But I loved BVS. X2 to me, though, is like a top 5 comic book movie in a lot of ways. So this was a tough one. And again, I'm a pussy, and that's why I'm glad we gave this to the fans.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Jeff. Whenever we created this tournament, we're like, oh, how fun would it be to judge these movies? And now we're actually it's hard judging a lot of these, man. I love both these movies. If both these movies are on, I'm definitely going to wear out the recall button on my, television remote. I love them both. It's sad to see one of them go, but hey, man, that's the madness.
Rapid fire, Hornacek, go.
X2.
Geiger.
BVS.
All right, guys. I will say I had X2 as well. Just like the fans, with a 72 to 66, moving on, X2 punched their ticket to the Elite Eight. That is a single-digit win, guys. That was a tough one.
And thank you guys over 130 votes. That's fucking awesome. Thank you guys for coming out and voting on this.
Ton of comments. Thank you very much.
Again, another great turnout and a very close match is our next fan matchup, guys. Captain America Civil War versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original. Guys, another very, very close matchup. Two really generational movies. One that's the modern time comic book movie and one that's kind of an older comic book movie. First comment's coming from Nicholas Lemos, and he says, Captain America Civil War was more painful than getting through my first marriage.
Nice.
That was like maybe the best comment we've ever gotten on a comic movie. I hope his ex-wife saw it.
Was his marriage that bad, though? I mean, he did say, like, it was worse than, like, Fantastic Four, which you guys did a movie review on. I mean, it wasn't that bad a movie, so it must be an okay marriage.
Geiger would say, like, well, I bet his first marriage followed the comics more closely.
Yeah, for sure. That's actually probably true.
Nicholas, you definitely make it into the Bro Force Squad Hall of Fame with that comment. That one was top notch. We appreciate it. Again, to Civil War versus TMNT2. Scott.
TMNT. Not TMNT.
TMNT. Yeah, I know. TMNT2 already took the dive. I'm a little upset about that.
Rest in peace.
TMNT, excuse me. Scott Lando, he says, Turtles over domestic dispute, Tony tempered tantrum any day.
Wow.
A
lot of tease.
Wordsmith.
A lot of tease right there. I'm impressed with myself that I even got it out. Crowell, he definitely knows that was tough for me. I mean, again, another clear vote for TMNT. They're the Florida Gulf Coast or the George Mason of this tournament. You don't want to face them right now.
You do not want them
on your,
You do not want them on your side of the bracket, I'm telling you.
Last comment for Civil War versus TMNT is our boy Scott Crowell.
What's up, Scott?
Big fan. Scott just had this right here to me sums up TMNT. He said, while I love Civil War, I give this one to the Turtles. This movie was another comic book to the big screen epic victory. It's got an amazing combination of dark humor, light humor, and actual drama. Please forgive me, Captain America. I wish you had a different opponent. I couldn't have said it more.
That's perfect.
Totally agree, man. TMNT has beaten a ton of great movies because it is a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen it for a while, go back and rewatch it.
And like Scott said, it has everything. Like, he summed it up perfectly. I can't add to that.
It 100% hit the nail on the head. And again, guys, I think I'm not going to say most, but the majority of everybody agreed with Scott. And TMNT is moving on with a score of 56 to 48.
Wow.
Very, very close matchup, guys. TMNT making it to the Elite Eight, taking out a juggernaut in Civil War.
Red hot.
Now, to a quick highlight. The original Iron Man took on the Dark Knight Rises earlier today. The Dark Knight Rises out of the tournament. 10-5, Iron Man moving on to the Elite Eight. Before we say goodbye to Tom Hardy's The Dark Knight Rises, can I just say that scene probably would have won Best Scene over anything besides maybe X2 that's moving on whenever he breaks Batman's back. I saw that with Jeff, and I had chills going up my spine. There was no score or anything. It was done perfectly. And you guys want to add anything to that before we say goodbye to that movie?
Yeah, if you have not read Nightfall, which is one of my favorite Batman comic arcs written by, I think, Doug Monch, who writes it, it's so fucking creepy. It's a famous comic book cover with Bane basically doing what Hardy did. And like Geiger said, there's no music playing. You feel like Dad just hit Mom at the dinner table. It's just like really uncomfortable, and that's exactly what Nolan wanted. Awesome scene. I hate to see it go, but tip of the cap, great effort by The Dark Knight Rises. Banner.
All right. Banner, you have anything to add?
Nope. It's a great one. That's
Tom
about it.
Hardy, you do not deserve to go. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, you shouldn't even have been invited to the fucking tournament. Now, are you guys ready for our live matchup movie of the day? Movie's ready.
Fight!
I don't even want to do this. The original Batman, Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, versus last year's favorite comic of mine, Deadpool. Okay, well, I guess we're doing it.
Someone on the pod is gonna die.
Cast, dude, I did this last night, and this was like so hard. I gave it to Batman just because the cast was deeper, a la a tournament. If you have a deeper team, you're probably going to win. Deadpool, it had good actors, but really Ryan Reynolds carried it. You got Basinger, you got Keaton, you got Nicholson, you got Billy D. Williams in this, who's fantastic, who's in Star Wars. So I gave it to the original Batman for cast. Jeff?
So this category is interesting because not only is it cast, but acting is the other part of it. And Ryan Reynolds was incredible as Deadpool. Having said that, like Geiger said, too much depth with Batman. Just too much. Jack Nicholson in his prime as the Joker. Of course, Keaton. Everyone he said. The depth of Batman just wears out Deadpool over the course of 40 minutes. Had to go Batman.
Banner.
Yeah, I echo everything that you guys say. The only thing I will add to that is you have to look at where Keaton and Nicholson were at in their careers as opposed to where Ryan Reynolds was at in his career. They were at the top of the top, and Ryan Reynolds was, let's be honest, he was on a little bit of a valley, and this pulled him up to the top of the mountain. So, Batman gets it for me too.
3-0 Batman. We know no lead is safe with this matchup. Story, man, I'm giving it to Batman. Deadpool has a fantastic story. One of you guys will probably give it that and go in depth on that. But the Joker actually using just basic goods like toothpaste and shampoo to basically brainwash Gotham, it's just so Joker. Is fantastic how Nicholson plays it, how he's kind of he's in the mob in this too. Unlike, Heath Ledger, he's kind of more like a Leto, I guess, if you want to give that to him. I gave the story the original Batman. Jeff?
This one is an interesting one. I think a lot of people forget how much heart Deadpool had between him and his relationship with his girlfriend and his battle with cancer. And it's an origin story, which the Keaton Batman begins, he's already the Dark Knight. I had to go Deadpool here, but this was a pretty neck-and-neck one with me. Banner, what do you think?
Yeah, I went Deadpool as well. Again, there's a lot of meat on the bone there as far as different things. It pulls on your heartstrings, but more importantly, it's simple. Guy loves a girl. Guy doesn't want to see the girl hurt. Guy saves the girl. It's a very simple concept. It walks us through that story very nicely. But again, that's not taking away from Batman. Just one of them has to win, and Deadpool happened to win this category.
4-2, the original Batman winning, going into best scene. I gave it to Deadpool. Do I have to pick one? The Batman scene with the Joker, when he's in the Batwing is fucking awesome. But
Fuck, that's a good one.
I'm probably going to give it to the opening scene of Deadpool on this one. I mean, that's the way you start a movie. I was pumped whenever I saw it in theaters. I was on the edge of my seat, and after that first scene, I was off my seat. I'm like, this is going to be a fucking awesome movie. I gave it to Deadpool. Jeff?
I had to give this one to the iconic scene you referenced at the end of Batman in the Batwing. Jack Nicholson, creepy as shit on the ground, basically wanting him to kill him, and then he shoots him with the very long pistol. I mean, it was just iconic. Like that was just an incredible scene. Now, Deadpool has some incredible scenes too. This was, again, it's like, which of your kids do you love more? And the answer is the boy. Banner?
I went Deadpool here as well with the 12 bullet scene. It was funny. It was gory. It had some fantastic choreography, some fantastic visual effects in it. It hit all the high points for me. It was just a really, really fun scene. So I went Deadpool.
If you guys are listening to this for the first time, we're usually way more happier, but this is not a happy occasion at all.
Because one of these movies has to fucking lose, and it's not fair.
Way too early in the tournament for this.
Yeah, the Sweet 16. 5-4, original Batman, going into effects on pop culture. This is really hard for me because Deadpool, you can argue in like 5 years, you don't really know the effects on pulp culture because obviously Fox has really taken off after this one. But I gotta give it to Batman. The only other superhero we had before this was Superman that, you know, it was fine, it was poppy, but Burton went totally dark. This movie, if you watch it, still holds up today. You can watch this and The Dark Knight back to back, and you can be, man, this tone gets it. So I gave it to the original Batman. Jeff?
Yep. Had to go Batman. This is tough because Deadpool, I still think, has a big effect on pop culture. A lot of times this category is just a rout. It's just a layup drill for one team. Batman changed the game. I think it was, especially getting the actors that it got, people are like, oh, comic book movies are like, should be taken seriously. Now, Deadpool, I think, just was a total shot in the arm for Fox, and we're going to see the effects of it as more of them come out. So this was, again, another really hard point to give, but the original Batman in 1989, I mean, another huge reason, I think, why we even have enough movies to do this tournament with.
Banner?
Yeah, you guys said Batman changed the game. I'm going to say Deadpool changed the game as well, and I'm giving it to Deadpool. Deadpool showed that you can make an R-rated movie. You can make it funny, you can make it raunchy, but you can still have a good story and move forward. You have to remember as well, Logan did not make this tournament because of when it was made, because of the timeline of it. But Logan was not rated R until after Deadpool was a success. We would not have had the Logan movie we have today without Deadpool coming out. And that's why I gave it to Deadpool.
God damn it, I totally agree with you. Like, maybe I should take it back. I totally agree with everything you said.
No take-backs. No takey-backies.
7-5, the original Batman going into rewatchability. Deadpool needs every single point to win this. And, god damn it, I'm going to help them. Deadpool is the funnest, not the funniest, not the best, but the funnest movie I've probably ever seen. Ever. Whenever I was in the theaters, I'm like, man, this has everything. I was like almost crying about the cancer scene. There was a badass like fight scene where he kills people. It's funny. It has everything you'd ever want. If you're looking, I want a horror movie. I want a scary movie. I want a serious movie. I want a funny movie. I want an action movie. It's all in one. Ryan Reynolds kills this. Michael Keaton probably is the second or third best Batman. I got to give it to Deadpool for rewatchability, man. 7-6 Deadpool. Jeff?
Oh, yep. Gotta go Deadpool again. This movie is like one of the best rewatchability factors in the tournament because, like you said, it can play as anything. A superhero movie, an action movie, a love story, and hilarious comedy. If it was on right now, I'd say fuck the pod and just start watching it. Deadpool, rewatchability.
Banner, it's 7-7. The Fox man has it in his hand. Give it to him.
A come from behind win. Deadpool takes it, guys. Batman is a darker movie. It's not as easy to go back and rewatch all the time. I'm not saying you can't go back and rewatch it. Deadpool is something that if it's on and it's the middle of the movie, you're going to watch till the end.
Absolutely.
If Batman is on and it's in the middle of the movie, you're going to watch to the next commercial. It's just a darker, heavier subject matter, and Deadpool is so fucking funny, and it ticks off all the points you guys said. Deadpool takes it.
Deadpool wins 8-7. If you actually go back to our selection show, I believe I did say I was drunk, but I was serious. Both of these movies should be in the championship, and I actually mean that. Batman, I love you. Thank you for everything you've done. Tim Burton, Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton. You guys are awesome, but I'm sorry your trip ends here. Moving on to the Elite 8, the original Iron Man, X2, TMNT, and Deadpool. To check out everything, go to our website, www.broforcesquad.com. I'm going to fucking cry. Subscribe to us on YouTube and iTunes. I'm going to fucking throw up. Twitter @BroForceSquad, and give us a like on Facebook. We'll see you again at the Elite 8, guys.
This isn't even fun anymore.